Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the SpokesPeople podcast. My name is Jake, otherwise known as Venom.
My name is Alex, also known as Stegzar.
And welcome, as I've said before, to the SpokesPeople podcast. Now, today,
what it's called.
Today is a special day, alright? And that's not because it's our first episode, even though that is very special.
No.
The reason why it's a special day is because we actually have a wheel. All right, now that's pretty exciting.
I thought you were. Well, we'll talk about Corona later. I thought you were about.
We got the Corona week extension.
We'll get into the Corona part in a bit.
Yeah. So, do you want to start off by talking about coronavirus, or do you want to start the?
Let's start off with the wheel.
The wheel? Hell yeah!
Deal, but it's not nearly as big of a deal.
That is true as the wheel.
By the way, you may have noticed that we called it the P wheel in the first episode. That name has been unstuck. It is not the name of it anymore. We have changed it to the Spokes wheel.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we had the wheel for the 0th episode.
Yeah, but we referred to it as the P wheel.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
It is still a P wheel, but it's called the Spokes wheel.
Yeah.
It's the same wheel.
It's just named differently.
Yeah.
Alright, so, do we want to go through, like, all of the categories?
I mean, I think people can pause it if they want to, like, read the individual categories.
Mm-hmm.
I can go over the highlights really fast.
Yeah, sure.
Probably the most fun one for us would be the Smash games, Mii's only.
That would be cool.
The ones that are more punishment-like, probably gonna be bad food review, for shitty eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're swearing now. Shitty karaoke would probably be pretty bad. And soup drinking ASMR would be pretty humiliating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You may be wondering, we had mentioned in the previous episode that there was going to be like an interview with our principal. That is not on the wheel right now due to IRL circumstances that we will again get into later. I feel awful about structuring it this way now.
Yeah, but don't worry, it'll be fine.
We'll roll with it.
Yeah. And also as well, this is not the final wheel. There's definitely going to be some changes, whether it's like adding some stuff or moving some stuff.
We're gonna add, we might subtract. Yeah.
We may subtract, yeah.
We may even divide or multiply.
Oh my god. We have almost
square root of the spokes wheel.
We have nearly the entirety of PEMDAS right there. That's crazy.
It's crazy, but I don't remember asking.
No, thank you. Alright, so should we just spin it right now?
Yeah, let's spin the wheel.
Let's see what we're gonna do today. Spin the wheel.
Alright, movie review.
Alright.
Alright, well, we're starting off with a movie review.
Hello.
Hey.
So, this is, the next day.
This is... Mistakes were made.
Post spinning the wheel.
Yeah, we spun the movie review. We were not planning on spinning something that would take
an entire day.
Yeah. So, yeah, we watched a movie. What was it called?
The movie was called Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. Now, a little bit of backstory on this movie is that the what was it? The original movie
it's like a remake.
Yeah, it was a Netflix remake of a movie
that was actually really good.
Then they ruined it with.
Well, okay, we're not gonna get into that just yet. Yeah, so it's a remake of the original Mewtwo Strikes Back movie I think, from a long time ago.
I can't remember the year, but
It was like 90s. It had the original animation team on the original, and this
yeah.
is a remake, and it sucks.
It's terrible.
It's really bad. Um, the animation was really bad. Uh,
I'll show.
quite bad. You want to show the viewers some of our favorite moments?
Screenshots, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we took some screenshots of the best and worst moments of the movie.
so I'm going to start with or let's do last modified, right? Or no. Yeah, let's just do last modified,
Drive.
right?
Yeah.
So uh there's the, there's the first throughout the movie we just took screenshots of our favorite frames, and
That's a really good one.
it turned from a 1.5 hour movie to a 3 hour movie just solely based off the poor animation.
We would pause and rewind until we could get the perfect screenshot.
And oh my god,
We got some gold.
We got some gems. Like I don't know why, but that was just really funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So while we flip through these, we're going to say other things about the about the movie.
Yeah.
So we took notes along the way.
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah, the animation's not good. The probably the worst thing other than the animation, the dialogue sucks. Probably the first 20 minutes. Were we gonna do a spoiler-free review? Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Spoiler-free. Let's just say the first 20 minutes of the movie is just Mewtwo asking questions over and over.
It's actually insane.
He just asks questions. He asks the same question like 6 times and a bunch more, and the actual introduction, the opening credits are 15 minutes into a 90-minute movie. Just gonna throw that out there.
It's
90 minutes thing the credits.
It was not good.
Yeah.
The music though,
the music was
it was okay, but let me tell you right now, during the opening credits scene, the music was it was remade, right?
It was a shitty remake of the original Pokemon song.
Yeah.
The word, oh my gosh, Toaster Fire. Toaster Fire? Wait. Ignore that. Yeah, so the it's like the original one. Why remake the original song if it's gonna be way worse?
I know. It's actually incredible.
One of some of the animation, like the running animations, were never good. There were some really, really bad ones.
Yeah.
I think any frame with the main 3 characters, Misty, Brock, and Ash, if you just pause it and look at Brock, it destroys any cinematic value the scene had.
Yeah.
Like, final battle, everything's epic, and you just see Brock. And Brock in the original anime looked kind of strange.
But he was still cool.
Yeah, 3D rendered Brock on the other hand.
Oh no.
Cut.
And
while we're on the topic of Brock,
I don't remember him being as much as a simp as
he was such a simp. I think 80% of his lines were to some degree simping. He was always simping.
Yeah, it was a combination. His lines were a combination of like, that's a not good, or like that is a like psychic type of, or something along those lines, and then the rest of them was like,
we're just
please Nurse Joy.
Nurse Joy, you're perfect, beautiful. Yeah, the voice acting was not good.
The
Russian.
voice acting, oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean,
voice acting was
I
not
know it
great.
was like reminiscent of the original movie.
I feel like it was less glaring in the original.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like stuff that just didn't make sense. Like they were talking underwater at one point, swimming, and they were just talking. Uh, so some of the Pokemon just don't look good 3D rendered.
Yeah.
Uh,
Some of them looked like really nice. Like
yeah,
I'm
like
pretty sure
Gyarados looked pretty good.
we'll get to we'll get to
The
the Pokemon screenshots in a minute.
Yeah, the problem with it is just anytime you have they have pretty good models for the
Oh
Pokemon.
yeah, hold on. Pikachu was oh god. If you
But
pay
when the
attention to
Pokemon actually like fight each other, it's pretty obvious that there's a disconnect between how well they can render a model and how well they can actually animate it to believably fight.
yeah.
And it just kind of turned into like Gyarados bumping into each other and like sliding around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to the screen, you will see Pikachu who looks like a baby, like
child.
a human child.
Yeah. Can we just go to go to the Ash?
Go to Ash. Okay, hold
I
on.
want to see. While we're on the topic, Ash's face. Ash's face is disgusting.
Oh.
Pretty bad, but Ash's is in another level. His eyebrows are like merged into his nose.
Yeah, hold on. Here's a good image of Ash's face.
Yeah.
God damn,
This is such a bad movie. One thing. Why did you write "bruh Groot?" question mark in the note?
So the reason why I wrote Bro Groot is because the one of the trainers who's hold on, where's the Venus? Here's the Venus.
When you have to go to school.
The Venusaur, there were like 4 trainers there, not including Ash, Misty, and Brock, and one of them had a Venusaur, and his name was Brugroot. I don't know how.
I think it was like Grub Root or like Groot Root or something.
Something along those lines. It was
like
the worst
I think it was
name.
Brute Root. I think it was Brute
Probably
Root.
Brute Root.
Yeah. One of the other most glaring things we noticed, this was later on, there wasn't much close-ups of talking. The lip syncing. Oh my god.
The lip syncing.
It was worse than just like generic anime dub. Because at least with a generic anime dub, it was correctly dubbed for like the Japanese version. Here, it was obvious that it wasn't, the lip syncing wasn't made for anything. Brock like barely opens his mouth, and it's just like a scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did a fact check. The original movie. It was made and produced in its release date was 1999.
Wow, that's like pretty like
that's
one became a thing like 95, right?
I think so. Yeah, 95.
Like a popular thing. Yeah. So this was like early years. Just like going normal movie review stuff. We'll put the memes off, even though we've already gone to most of them. The dialogue was pretty bad. Wait, we already said that.
Just have to say it again.
Yeah, it is worth saying twice that was a really bad. The plot was generic. It's hard to fault it because it was actually well executed in the first movie, so it's not like the worst part. But it was
like, hold on, what did the original movie got a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes?
15?
Wow, 15%.
Oof, maybe it's not as good as I remember.
And the
little kids, so
and the new one on Netflix, which is the one we're reviewing right now, it got a 50%.
50?
50.
Bruh.
That's actually insane.
How bad was the original?
Apparently it was garbage.
Okay. Well, that's some new insight.
I guess it must have been like because I was young and I watched it.
Yeah, everything's good when you're young. I remember I watched like Megamind, and I got so hyped I just remember like running down the halls and like pretending to be what was the white superhero guy?
There's a lot of them.
Metro Man, and I would just pretend to be Metro
Metro
Man
Man.
punching the bad guy.
Dude, hell yeah.
It's got me hype. I was running around the house, but yeah, movies don't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there anything else we want to cover in terms of our movie review?
Yes, there's so much more. Let's just talk about like different. So the Pokemon battles were pretty cool. However,
they were cool at times. There were
some of them. Specifically,
issues.
The opening battle with
oh yeah,
the Machamp and oh my god.
We're not gonna spoil too bad, but yeah, the opening battle was not great. One of the weird things is when the Pokemon fainted, it was like really graphic. It looked like they had just been murdered.
They just died.
Their last like twitches of life would escape them. It was like kind of brutal.
Mewtwo's fingers
were Mewtwo's thick fingers.
Thick.
Chunky. He has chunky fingers. He's big boned, okay?
Yeah.
Dialogue continues to be bad. I don't think that can be said enough. I think our show notes are about bad dialogue.
Everyone's smiles were just disgusting.
Oh, dude, the fact that they individually rendered the teeth.
Oh, God.
Teeth. When the rest of the model sucks and the teeth are done so well, it is not a good combination.
It's not good.
Yeah.
There was I guess one other cool thing was that the Bulbasaurs were shiny.
There was a shiny Bulbasaur. Yeah, I really liked that. There was a shiny
both
Pokemon.
Of them shiny, or
yeah, both of them were shiny.
Yeah, both of them were shiny. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like shiny Pokemon are kind of shunned in the anime.
Yeah,
they could be there more. So yeah, that I don't think that was in the original movie. I think that was just for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I guess positive stuff. It was. Yeah, I'm sure it would have been fun if you were a kid and you really liked Pokemon. I had a bitter divorce with Pokemon. I used to be the biggest Pokemon guy. Now I kind of hate it. So I'm a little bit biased, but I feel like if you like Pokemon, you would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, I like Pokemon a lot, but holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a very below average movie, and it came out basically. I mean, it came out about a month ago, but it came out within like a year of Detective Pikachu, which was amazing. It was way above what I was expecting Detective Pikachu to be like this. Detective Pikachu was amazing. That was a really, really good movie. It was like, take out the Pokemon, it was still a pretty good detective flick.
Yeah.
Do you want to just show off the rest of our screenshots?
Yeah. All right.
We got more. Just go through
them. There's that one was pretty good. That one was Squirtle to be specific. That one was really funny. Squirtle's eyes.
That's sort of the weird things. When they blinked and they closed their eyes, there was no indication that there was ever an eye there.
That is true, yeah.
They had no eyelids. Their face would just form again around the eye.
Yeah. It was kind of gritty. That one was a good screenshot, I will say, because that one's just really funny. We tried to get as many things T-posing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's just
that was funny.
When things T-pose, it's just really funny. I don't know why.
I think we should probably move on. We've pretty much covered everything about the movie.
Yeah.
And we're not doing too great. I mean, there's a time limit, but like,
yeah,
we've yabbled on about memes for like 80 years.
Yeah.
There's some more important stuff we should probably cover.
Like
Corona.
Before we move on to that.
Okay. No, I never said anything.
Before we move on to that, what would be your final rating for
like out of 10?
This movie? Out of 10, yeah. Or unless you want to
I'm going to give it I'm going to give it 2 ratings for enjoyability when you're laughing at it with friends. 10 out of 10. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a very, very long time.
I was legitimately like exhausted after watching it because I had just been laughing for 3 hours straight. But in terms of like an actually good movie, 3 out of 10.
Yeah. My overall score would probably be like the original movie, solid 7, solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, for like the original?
For the original movie.
I'd give this the original 8, just out of what I remember.
Yeah. However, with the new animation, oh boy, that's got to be like a 4 or 3
Yeah.
or 2.
How out of 10, how much would you say you enjoyed watching it with me?
Enjoyability,
Like, yeah.
I guess as making memes along the way goes, I would say that was a solid like 8 out of 10.
Yeah. If you're gonna watch this movie, please do yourself a favor and watch it. If you have access to a pause button and a rewind, do that. Because really, the only good thing that the movie does is has some really stupid stills that you can get.
Yeah.
All right, are we finally ready to cast this off into the back of our minds and try to forget this terrible film?
I think we're good. Yeah.
All right, we can burn the records. It's over.
Do we want to move on to a different topic, or?
Yeah, let's move on. Well, I guess we should probably go to the elephant in the room. That we've hinted at like 8 times now.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Oh man, don't you just love the apocalypse?
Yeah, so yesterday was the last day of school that we're gonna have until April 1st.
Yeah.
Possibly even later. They canceled their school for like 3 weeks. Yeah, we like the third case in the US was at another school in our district. Just shocked that we weren't closed until now.
Yeah.
Also considering we're in Oregon, so we're like right next to Washington and California, which are dying. So yeah, because of that, we've removed the school staff interview ideas from the wheel until further notice. That's probably gonna be a season 2 thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna be seeing this for a while until we get back to school and everything's back in session. Anything you want to say regarding Corona?
Well, I guess the one benefit that I see out of like getting out of school due to Corona is that we can do more podcasts and give more updates on like how Corona is like affecting everything.
Yeah.
As well as like different topics, and just gives us more time to do the podcast. So.
Yeah, and I mean, just like our message to our viewers out there, don't panic. This is like a pretty tough situation, but like, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Do your best to maintain good hygiene, social distancing, all that. Just be smart, and you'll be fine. This is tough for everybody, but we're gonna get through it. And memes, we can make some memes about it.
Make some memes along the
way. All right, next topic.
Next topic.
I mean, do you want to continue on this topic? I'm trying to like move us along, but like.
Oh, you want to do the apples stuff?
Yeah.
All
so
right.
we were having an intense debate that we wanted to have on camera because we figured it would be pretty good. Yeah. So he was making some apple juice.
Attempting
to make apple juice, and he said that if you ate enough apple seeds, you would die from
the cyanide that it contains. In the apple seeds. How much cyanide is in that?
And I'm saying that the amount of cyanide in apples is so, like, yeah. Like, if you take a bunch of apple seeds and you just break them up and you make them really potent, obviously it's a poison, but, like, if you just straight up eat apple cores, it would take you literally forever. Let me just, like, find a little bit of data.
I just looked it up. I just looked up how much cyanide is in apple seeds, and it says a deadly dose of cyanide is about 1 milligram per kilogram of body weight, and on average, an apple seed contains a little less than 0.5 milligrams.
So that's like, let's say you're 170 pounds. It's gonna be like.
Hold on, I weigh 145.
All right.
Pounds to kilos. I feel like that's like 60 something kilos. 65. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll call that 66.
That is 130 apples. Just putting that out there.
Oh, 130. Oh no.
Yeah. So that's what I'm telling you. If you eat any normal amount of apples, fine.
Damn.
But if you eat 130 in the time that it takes for your body to ingest and digest the apple seeds, you'll reach a lethal dose and die. So I think the conclusion of this debate is that you don't need to worry about eating too many apples, but don't eat 130. You're probably going to be pretty sick if you eat 130 anyway, so
yeah.
Don't eat 130.
Just don't eat apple seeds. Just
don't say that. Just don't eat 130 of anything, and you'll be fine. If you eat 130 of literally anything, you'll probably be pretty sick.
Popcorn.
It's like grains of rice, and yeah, popcorn. Okay. Yeah, so that's the apple seed debate. Anything else to talk about?
I guess, I mean, we're running at 22 minutes.
Oh, okay, we got time.
So, yeah, okay.
I was, like, worried that we'd been talking about Detective Pikachu. No, not Detective Pikachu. What's the terrible Pokemon movie again? I kind of forgot.
Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution.
Yeah, I was worried that we've been talking about that for, like, half an hour. But we're good.
No, yeah, we're fine. That movie was awful, though. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
That's,
God, I'm getting PTSD. Can we change the subject? Effing the podcast.
Feels bad, man. You want to talk about my dinner?
Yeah, you can talk about your dinner. I wasn't there. So
yeah, so...
Yeah.
I
was there, but you didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean...
You were there. I saw you out the corner of my eye. I didn't want to say anything.
Damn it.
So my dinner yesterday, that was, let's see, yesterday we started the podcast, we had spun the movie review, and we'd started watching the movie.
We got all the way through, basically.
By the time, yeah, we had like 12 minutes left.
2 hours longer than it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, just keep that in mind.
Yeah. The movie length, by the way, is 1.5 hours, about, or like 1 hour and 37,
I think it was 1:35.
1:37 or something.
1 hour 37.
Something along those lines. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Who cares?
It turned out being like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Just because
we
of the
literally
frames.
The frames.
So we had by the time I like started getting ready for the dinner, we had like 12 minutes left in the film. So I was like, oh, I have to go. I have my mom's birthday dinner. But her birthday isn't until like next Monday or something.
Bruh.
It's sometime next week. I think it's Monday. I'll have to check with her, but
yeah.
Yeah, we had to get ready for her birthday dinner because coronavirus is closing like every single restaurant. So
actually?
Yeah, this restaurant in particular, today is the last day that they're going to be open until like another 6 weeks or so.
Holy crap.
I know, it's actually insane.
The world is ending.
So this restaurant, by the way, it's called El Gaucho's.
Where did you go?
It's called
El Gaucho's.
Yeah, El Gaucho's.
Where is this?
This is downtown Portland. And it's the thing is about this restaurant is that it's really fancy, and it's really like I guess you
Fancy?
could say exotic foods, but I
Okay.
haven't. To put it in perspective, it was $7.50 per ounce of steak.
Wow.
Whereas you could buy like a 12-ounce steak for like $20 at
Walmart.
like Walmart or like Whole Foods or something.
We're not sponsored by Walmart.
We're not sponsored by any
There.
anything that we mention.
Yeah.
Any company that we mention in any of these podcasts until
Yeah,
Raid Shadow
we're completely
Legends.
unsponsored with the exception of Raid Shadow Legends.
We're not actually sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I had to clear that up.
Actually sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. So but Shadow Legends if you're interested.
If you're interested. Yeah, it's a very expensive restaurant, and when I first got the menu, I looked over to my parents and I was like, "So, how's retirement going?"
Oh.
Like, how's
my favorite conversation starter.
They haven't retired yet. They're still working and probably still going to work for another few years, or no, not
Suffer.
years, for another like 10 years most likely. But they keep referencing, like, every time I ask to buy something, they keep referencing like, "Oh, we need to save money for like retirement and your college fund and etc. etc." And I'm like, okay. So
understandable.
I look at the menu. There's a $1,000 bottle of wine that's on the menu.
Jesus.
I know. Actually, it was $1,135.
It's like a Mr. Beast video.
Mr. Beast restaurant. But
Mr. Beast.
But yeah, essentially.
This video is brought to you by Honey.
I wish. We're not sponsored by Honey. But yeah, we didn't buy the bottle, obviously. But
why not?
Because it was $1,000.
That's completely reasonable.
Oh yeah, you might as well just throw your wallet into the garbage bin.
Well, I did that on the way in. So
okay.
I mean, not the wallet, the wine.
Yeah, I'm just glad that it's not like a pay to reserve type thing.
Yeah,
that would have been a red flag. Anyways, we go into this restaurant, and the thing is that my parents have been several times beforehand, so they know like half of the waiters and waitresses that have served them in the past. So
that's the worst.
I know, right?
Knows the waiter. It's the awkwardest stuff ever.
There's like 3 of them that they know and they talk to every time they go to the restaurant. So they're like, "Oh, how are you today?" And then they catch up on stuff, and it's
ketchup.
It's
Why are you putting ketchup on your $1,000 steak, Jake?
I didn't buy. Okay, look, I did buy steak. However, so I wanted to get there were 2 steaks on the menu. One of them was like baseball cut top sirloin.
Hold on a second.
Which was
made from a baseball.
How much was that? I don't remember how much that was. I'm just going to say a low ball, $60.
That's a pretty good pun. Low ball because it's a baseball. So do they just feed the cow baseballs?
No, that's not how that works.
I think that's how it works.
No, but they there's 2 steaks. There's the baseball cuts top sirloin, and then there's the what was the there was the I can't remember what it's called. What is it's some other steak that I can't remember, but there's 2 sizes that you can buy. There's an 8-ounce for $60, or like an 8-ounce for like $68 or something, and the 12-ounce, which is like 72, I think, or the 8-ounce was like 60 actually. So I turned to my mom. I was like, "Hey, can I just get the 12-ounce steak, because last time I came here, the 8-ounce was like baby food." I'm not even joking. It was tiny.
I want the big ounce.
So I asked her. I was like, "Could I get the 12-ounce?" And she's like, "Oh no, just get the baseball cut." And I was like, okay, fine. I
This is
guess
so
I'll.
sad.
Oh, it was filet mignon. That's right. Okay. So it was a filet mignon
Right.
that was $60 for
Are we
8
just gonna
ounces.
gloss over the fact that you've been calling filet mignon baseball cut?
No, there was 2 different steaks. Yeah.
Oh, is that the
So-
second one?
Yeah. The
Yeah, I was
second-
gonna say, like, filet mignon is its own thing, bro.
Yeah. So she says, just get the baseball cut. And I was like, okay. I placed my order with my Coke on the just above my knife. And
You got a
I got
fancy
a
restaurant?
I got a Coke, yeah.
Can you get, like, fancy grape juice?
It was poured into a wine glass. I was just kidding. It wasn't placed into a wine glass. I wish though. That would have been funny.
That would have been fun.
But yeah, it's a 1 hour wait time. Like, let me just tell you, the wait times in fancy restaurants. It's like 30 minutes just to get a table, and then it's
Yeah,
like
it
an
gets
extra.
bad.
It's like an extra hour to get your food, and it's oh my god.
Waiting the game.
I nearly filled myself with like Coke and bread.
Oh, is it one of those restaurants you get free bread?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Endless bread.
That's when you know it's fancy. They just give you bread for free.
Yeah. They did like cheese bread almost. They put it was like little slices of bread with a little bit of cheese and a little bit of either like garlic or oil.
That sounds good. Yeah, I think what I would do next time I go to a fancy restaurant, I'm just gonna bring in like a trash can, a pretty big one, like you know the ones you roll out to the street to the curb.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll in one of those behind me. Just gonna tell them, like, hey, I need to carry this. I got my life savings in here or something.
Just
And
like, oh,
just-
that was some good bread. Well, you see,
No,
like a
yeah, I'm
trash
literally just
bin
gonna
next to you.
fill the trash bin with bread. They're gonna keep making more. I'm gonna fill, and I'm just gonna have a trash can full of bread that I'm gonna take home.
Oh,
and-
nice.
I'm telling you, it's genius.
Okay.
There's no rule against it.
All right. Let's see. So we place the order. 1 hour later, we're talking about the entire family is talking about stuff. My dad likes to, since he's a businessman,
boomer.
he likes to yeah, he likes to talk about like, oh, the stock market is like
Stonks.
terrible because of the
Well,
coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he like starts getting into like political stuff. He's like, Trump is bad. And it's
Trump
like-
bad.
Meanwhile, my mom has ordered herself a thing of wine, and just like big sipping, like
Simping.
no sipping, just
She's simping.
massive sips, just and then there's Ben, who's my younger brother, who likes to make
Yeah.
fun of me for like everything. And the worst
Even though
part,
he plays Fortnite, so like, who should really make fun of him?
I know, the worst part is that he's making fun of me. My dad's also making fun of me. My mom's laughing with them.
What are they making fun of you for?
So it's like I don't shave at all. And so they're like, "Oh, nice mustache and nice beard." And it's
What's wrong with a beard?
I know. Well, the thing
Dude,
is
if I could get a beard, I would be hype as shit. We've gone over this before because it's a very important topic to me. But people are lucky. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, they're just making fun of me for like I also take like 1 shower a day in comparison to them taking like up to 2 to 3 showers every day. It's like, why do you need to take more than 2 showers a day? 2 showers, I can understand. 1 shower, you're fine in my book.
2 showers is kind of a stretch, but I mean, it is still helpful.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily worth the time you put into it. But like 3 showers is accomplishing nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand with the coronavirus taking multiple showers,
That
but
is true,
they
but
were
they-
doing this long before the coronavirus.
They were taking 3 showers before it was cool.
They were taking up to 3 showers. a day, and they're complaining to me that I spend like 15 to 30 minutes in the shower, and they're like, "Why are you wasting water?"
Wasting water.
But yeah, they make fun of me for only taking 1 shower a day. And then the food comes. I'm sad. My mom's like drunk out of her. I'm just kidding. She's not drunk, but she had some nice wine.
She will be.
She was normal. She was fine. She was having a good time.
I don't think I've ever seen my parents drunk.
But I don't think I've seen my parents drunk either. We'll have to do that sometime.
Just like make some super potent hot chocolate or something.
Just say I got some apple juice and it's like 900 proof bourbon or something.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, the food comes out, and my food is presented in this like huge slab of meat with it's about the size of let's see, like an iPad mini. It's about the size of an iPad mini.
How thick is it?
It's about the thickness of
an iPad mini.
No. You know the back part of the Switch dock?
Yeah.
It's about that thickness,
Yeah.
except a little bit thinner.
Okay, that's still not bad though.
So it's pretty good. And the way I ordered the steak was it was a medium well.
Oh, I get mine medium well.
Because
well done.
I cannot deal with rare.
No, yeah, like, if it's pink at all, I'm sorry, it just doesn't sound good to me.
Yeah, I mean, sue me, but like I don't like rare stuff because.
Yeah, you know. And I mean, I don't even really like the medium well stuff. It has to be a really good steak for me to actually. Yeah. Have I just leaked the fact? Oh shit! Steak Czar doesn't like steak. Clarify this before everyone goes nuts. I do like steak, but I'm very particular about it.
Yeah.
It can't be.
It has to be really good steak.
It has to be perfect, and it has to be a pretty good cut.
Yeah.
I said it. So it can't be dry. It can't be bloody. It's not that I don't like steak, although it isn't my favorite thing in the world. I enjoy it. So yeah,
enjoy it thoroughly.
They're just gonna take that out of context, and I'll be bullied forever for.
You'll be bullied.
It should just be pork czar. Jesus.
Pork czar. You're changing your Twitter name to that after this episode is posted. But yeah, the steak is presented like that. It's the meat sauce is dripping a little bit. It wasn't like meat. There was no like extra sauce. It was just like the meat juices. Yeah. And as I was cutting it, you could I swear the amount of juice in steak is like
it's disgusting.
It's outrageous.
I would like my steak to be drained.
I mean, like,
because then it gets dry.
As I was cutting my steak, a new river formed on my plate. Was it
like grease or was it
a lake?
Pink? Was it like pink?
It was a little pink.
Yeah.
But it was mostly.
When you cut into a steak and it just like leaks basically blood, that's the grossest thing ever.
Yeah, that's why I don't do rare steak.
I'm not a caveman. Well, I am a caveman, but I'm a caveman with a.
With etiquette. Yeah, the steak is also served with a huge ass mushroom on the top of it.
Oh.
And I like mushrooms, but if it's like a whole mushroom, I'm not eating that.
That's odd because I'm kind of the opposite. Like, I'll eat a giant mushroom. I'll just take a bite out of it.
Mario just woohoo!
Woohoo! No, but when it's like the little tiny sliced mushrooms, I hate those.
Yeah. But this was not cut in any way. The only thing that was cut was the stem.
That's probably a good thing. Do you like your mushroom with or without the roots?
Preferably.
Mushrooms don't even have roots, do they?
Yes, they do.
Oh. But they're like a legume.
It's not just one, like, stub.
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, that would be one messed up mushroom.
Do mushroom have mushroom have roots? How are we doing on time?
41 minutes.
Hey, they have no roots, no stems, and no leaves.
Damn.
Okay, moving on.
Never mind.
How many minutes? 41?
41, yeah.
We're probably going to want to cut it down.
Potentially, yeah.
And let's wrap it up real fast.
Yeah.
Any other topics we want to go through?
No. Should we finish the dinner bit and then we'll cut it?
Yeah, you can finish the dinner bit. I'll not interrupt.
So, the steak comes out iPad mini size with the thickness a little thinner than the back of a Switch dock with a whole ass mushroom on top of it. I start cutting it and the juices create an ocean on my plate. And we also got a little like appetizer sized bowl of mashed potatoes. And let me tell you right now, the steak was pretty good, but the mashed potatoes, oh my god.
Were they
That was
good?
like what is it's like it's like the feeling that you get when you're like, oh, I probably don't have like any money on my credit card or like in my wallet, and then you go to buy something and you swipe the credit card or you open your wallet and you find there's like $200 in cash in your wallet, or like another like $2,000 in your credit card, and it's like that's incredible.
Yeah,
that was actually a pretty terrible analogy, if I'm gonna be honest. It's like the same feeling as like when an engineer makes something and it actually works. That's the best way I can describe it.
Okay, I'm not an engineer, but I'll take your word.
If you're in robotics, like in FRC or FTC, or if you're an actual engineer in the working field, you'll know what I'm talking about.
All you engineers out there, this episode is dedicated to you.
But yeah, it was so good. I cannot express how great it was.
Yeah. I think that is that the end of your story?
I think so, yeah. After we ate like all of our stuff, the entire family this time like kept making fun of me. And then we walked outside, got back in the car, and we drove home. I then immediately fell asleep in my bed under a food coma.
Yeah.
And then my dad is waking me up about the shower thing, like, hey, you need to take a shower.
At like 10:30?
No, not even 10:30. It was like 1.
In the morning?
Or it was like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m.
Bruh.
12:30 a.m. we'll call it.
Guys are fucking nuts.
I know. But yeah, my parents are kind of insane. Insane in the membrane. But yeah, other than that, that was a pretty good dinner, I will say.
Yeah.
El Gauchos, I would recommend if you are Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Amazon CEO Alexa, yeah.
Or just rich.
If you have money, if you have like an extra $1,000 or like $2,000 to burn on like anything, first of all, I would just say just burn it all on like Steam games or something. But then
buy the fucking entire Switch library and a decade of Switch Online.
Yeah.
Better served.
Yeah. But if you have literally nothing else to burn your money on, I would just say go to El Gauchos, get the what
$1,000
Filet-
wine bottle.
Get the $1,000 wine bottle and the filet mignon with mashed potatoes, because it's golden. I mean,
Well, it's not actually golden.
They are called gold Yukon like mashed potatoes or something.
But they're not actually gold.
They're not
This
actually
is
golden.
like a literal Mr. Beast video.
Didn't
Didn't he do a video with like golden steaks?
I don't remember. I
think you did.
I don't watch his videos on the regular.
I don't either.
But yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah.
You just end it here. We have 46 minutes plus like an extra.
Yeah, we might cut it down, or we could just leave it.
I feel like we should just leave it because that's pretty good.
You'll still probably hear all of it. So I think that's about to do it. This was the first full episode of the SpokesPeople podcast. Probably was boring. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Shout out to you if you watched it through
the entire through.
We appreciate you.
Post in the comments Sharpie permanent marker if you made it this far.
Yeah, that's the secret code.
Yeah.
You can follow our Twitters. We're gonna put them up on screen. I think you can look forward to the next episode coming in the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We are planning on having a guest over. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a guest on here, and we're gonna see what the spokes wheel decides for us to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay safe, take care out there.
Wash your hands, please.
Yeah, keep washing your hands. Don't give me corona. Peace out.
Adios.